This is the naked truth about real estate investing. Your host, Javier, has already been through all the brain damage of this business, so you don't have to go through it. That way, you're not exposed to all of the risk of losing your shirt or getting caught with your pants down. So let's dive into another no BS episode right now.
All right, it can be very time consuming. It can be very scary. It could be like trying to get somewhere without a roadmap, right? So that's why I created this due diligence list when I buy a property, when I buy an apartment building, even a mobile home park. You can use it for, mostly pretty much any commercial property. But this one specifically is for a multifamily. It could be a 6 unit. It could be a 600 unit. You can use it, for what you like. So go ahead and sign up, put your name, email. I'll send you the free link to my due diligence. This is what I've used to buy, hundreds and hundreds of units, if not, thousands of units. So sign up, you get my link. You get an Excel sheet as well. And also we use the software, project management software, Monday.com. Feel free to sign up for a free trial. I do have an affiliate link. You don't pay any extra, right? They just pay me a small fee. Don't have to use it. You have the Excel spreadsheet, but if you use Monday.com, it's actually a lot better, a lot smoother, a lot prettier, and you can do a whole bunch of other stuff. There's even a video there I created in the link. So check the link, sign up, and this is my giveaway for you guys. Thank you so much. Take care.
Welcome, everybody, to the Naked Truth About Real Estate Investing. I am your host, Javier Hinojo. Welcome. Thank you so much for listening, being a part of the podcast. So I want to take the next few minutes. If you guys can see me, I got the beach in the background. And what is the easiest way to get back there? Hanging out at the beach all the time, maybe live in another country. I used to live in Cancun a while ago, about 8 years ago. I miss it every day. I want to go back. But, what's the quickest way, or what's like a simple way to live in the beach, right? Just retire, hang out, just chill. Just people ask me all the time, hey, what should I do? Should I flip? Should I do this? Should I syndicate? Should I buy apartments, etc.? Look, just to keep it super simple, right? I buy apartment buildings, I buy commercial property, mobile home parks, etc. And I used to buy a lot of single family. So, this podcast is not necessarily about multifamily or commercial or single family. It's just about real estate, right? So how can the ordinary person just, live, a good lifestyle, right? I mean, you can really, if you're in your 20s, man, good for you. If you got credit and a little bit of money, good for you. There's really no excuse, okay? No excuse. Heck, you can be in your 50s or 60s. If you got some money and you got some credit, there's no excuse. And if you don't have any money or credit, you just got to work a little bit harder and find somebody to sign your loan, give them some equity, split it up 50-50, whatever you got to do. People ask me all the time, how should we split up a partnership? Well, what does your investor want? What do they want, right? I mean, that's really what it comes down to. And how much are you willing to give up? Kind of pay your dues and be able to do it on your own, right? Maybe you got to fix your credit. Maybe you have to save some money for a down payment. So there's not, you just got to work hard, right? Nothing's going to be given to you. But let's assume that you got decent credit above 640 and you got a little bit of cash. Okay. Don't go out and spend it. Don't go drinking. Don't buy all these new stuff. Don't buy the new cars, things like that. Save your money, right? What do? First thing is buy some rentals. Single family. I mean, if you don't need the cash flow to survive, right? If you buy a single family and you're cash flowing a couple $100 a month, if your HVAC goes out, well, guess what? You lost money that year because your HVAC can cost you $2,500, $3,500, $4,500, depends, right? So if you're cash flowing $300 a month, that's $3,600 a year. Well, you didn't make money that year. That sucks for you. But the goal is, to make some cash flow, even if you don't, you're not becoming wealthy with the cash flow, right? It's not paying your lifestyle at that time, but just get that first one done. And everybody talks about this 1% rule, right? If you pay $100,000 for a house, make sure you collect $1,000 worth of rent. That's a good rule. I mean, that's a decent rule. You can go to some parts of the Midwest, or even like I'm in North Carolina. You can go to the outskirts of Raleigh, like maybe an hour away, hour and a half away. You can definitely buy a house for $100,000. They'll give you $1,000 a month in rent. You can actually buy a house for like $50,000 and get like $750 a month in rent, or actually, maybe $650. Yeah, $750. Depends where. It's just the area is not going to be the best, right? It's not going to be the most appreciated area. Your tenant base is not going to be the best. especially if they're paying, $400, $500, $600 a month. But you can't buy houses for 30, 40, 50K, put 20, 30 in them and rent them for $1,000. Okay. Ideally, you want to buy a house, for $100,000 and put $20,000 in it and it's worth $150, right? Ideally, that's what you want to do, because when you buy the house for $100K and you put $20K down, 20%, say 25%, $25K down, and then you go and you remodel it with another $20K. Sometimes a bank will give you the $20K to remodel, right? Sometimes they won't. So let's just say you have $50K in the bank. You can buy a house for $100K, $25,000 down, $20,000 for rehab, and hopefully it's worth $150, right? Where you can turn right around and refinance that, right? And let me do my little cool calculator right here, right now, right? If it's worth $150 and you can cash out 75%, let me see if I'm even close. Okay, you're gonna cash out about $112,000. Ideally, if it's worth more, you can get all your initial down payment and your rehab money. That would be the best, right? You can get all your money back. But say you only get back 112 after expenses, maybe 110. You have 10 grand of your 50K stuck in there. It's not the end of the world, right? I mean, if you can get all your money back, you can just turn right around and do it again and do it again and do it again and do it again. That is the goal, right? And that's my timer. But that is the goal. You want to do it that way. If you're in a competitive city, it's super hard to do that. Very challenging. It's not impossible. It's not impossible, but you might have to go out to the outskirts, right, of your city, wherever you're at. If you're in California, New York, well, I don't know, right? I don't know how that works, but you're in the Midwest, you're in the South. You can definitely get that done. You can definitely do it. Just find that good deal. Stay on those Facebook groups. Put some ads out on Facebook Marketplace. You're buying a house, you're buying houses, and you should be able to get one. Okay. You should be able to get one. Hopefully you don't have to leave too much money in there. But say you leave 10 grand in there. Okay, great. Well, then you save a little bit of money. You work hard again, save $2,000, $3,000 a month, work hard, eat rice and beans if you have to, until you get those 10K back. Maybe you get those 10 back in 6 months, you get those 10K back, right? Do some yard sales. I don't know, flip some couches, flip some furniture, flip some shoes, flip something. Okay. And make those 10K back and then buy another house and try to get as much money as possible back whenever you go to refinance it. Okay. And that way you just keep buying a house. You can buy a house every 6 months. You can buy a house. You're 25 years old. You're 30 years old and you're buying a house, 2 houses a year, right? In 10 years, you got 20 houses. Your mortgage has been paid down. Hopefully it appreciated. And at that point, you're cash flowing $300 a month on 20 houses. I mean, that's not bad. That's, $5,000, $6,000, right? So as long as you don't need that money to survive, you can just let it sit there and reinvest it back into the properties, right? It makes you money. You're making money. Imagine your cash flowing $6,000 a month. Guess what? In 5 months, you have enough, or in a year, you have enough to buy another house. Now with your original 50K, hopefully you save more money and it just keeps compounding, right? The more time you work, the more money you do. Eventually, instead of buying one a month, one every 6 months, you can buy one every 3 months. And then you can buy one a month. At some point, you can even take it. And that's just simple without really putting too much time, energy, and effort into buying real estate, right? Where do you find these loans? Go to local banks. Find out, hey, what do you guys loan on a rental, right? What do you guys loan? What's your loan to value? Go to your real estate meetups. It's really not that hard to buy single family for rentals, right? I mean, it's not hard. So I get asked that all the time. Hey, how do I get started? How do I just build a nest egg? Just that simple, right? Buy some rentals. So the subject of this podcast should be buy some rentals, right? It's super simple. It's not that hard. Get out there and get it done. Do it the right way. Do it the right way. Just do some research and pull the trigger, right? The closer you get to not doing a deal, the closer you get to never doing one. Do you hear what I just said? The longer it takes for you to do a deal, the closer you get to never doing one, right? And that's the truth. That's the naked truth. Thank you for listening today. Don't forget to leave a review. Follow me on Instagram, social media, TikTok. See my stupid dance videos. $1 billion multifamily and commercial real estate Facebook group. Leave a message. Leave a message. Don't leave a message. Leave a comment. Subscribe. I am your host, Javier. Don't lose your shirt.
You're invited to leave an honest written review and share this episode with a friend. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you on the next episode.